In this video, we're going to continue with additive and multiplicative comparisons using the broomstick problem. In these problems, we're just going to specifically work more on multiplicative comparisons. So, we're asked in this problem, the green broomstick is blank times as long as the yellow broomstick. So notice it says blank times as long, and that indicates a multiplicative comparison. So if it asks how many feet longer is it, then that would indicate an additive comparison. But this is indicating multiplicative. So let's draw some pictures in these diagrams to help us visualize this. So I'm going to draw the green broomstick first, or shade this in. And it is 6 feet, so each one of these rectangles is a foot long. Okay, so you could think of taking this and putting it on its side. And the yellow is 4 feet long. Okay, now let's write this in copies of language so we can connect this to what we already know. Another way of thinking of this is how many copies of the yellow broomstick is the green broomstick. Okay, so this is our unit of measure. We're seeing how many of these yellows would map onto the green. Okay, so we're going to do this in a few ways, but let's do it in the most intuitive way. Let's just take, I'm going to use a red pen here, one copy of the yellow broomstick, and let's put that right on the green broomstick. Okay, so we know that the green broomstick is at least one copy of the yellow broomstick, so this is one copy. But we still have some more, and our some more is 2 rectangles. Now we need to write these 2 rectangles relative to how much of a copy this is of the yellow. Now notice, if we take 2 and compare it to the yellow, that's 2 out of 4, which is 1/2 a copy. So notice this is half of this. So this piece is half a copy of the yellow broomstick. So in total, the green is 1.5 times as long as the yellow. Okay. And it makes sense to partition this way to make sense of these problems, but let's write this mixed number as an improper fraction in 2 different ways so we can connect the ideas and try to develop a general strategy. So notice 1.5 as an improper fraction is 3/2. Okay? So we can think of that as for every 2 yellow, so I'm going to group these 2 yellows with, how about a blue line? So for every 2 yellow, we have 3 green. There's 3 green, and there's 3 green. That's 3 green per 2 yellow. Now, I'm going to write this in one other way. Let's use a green pen. I'm going to write this as 6/4. Okay? So 6/4, I just multiplied the numerator and the denominator by 2. Okay? And now we can say for every 4 pieces in the yellow, for every 4 feet, that corresponds to 6 feet in the green. Okay? So notice we could actually use the original numbers of 6 feet and 4 feet to get our result of 1.5 times as long. Okay? Whatever comparison we're making, we're comparing the green to the yellow. So the value of the green goes on top. Through multiplicative comparison using division, we divide by 4, and we could have simplified this to this fraction or to this mixed number. Okay. So now let's look at the next one. Here we're comparing the yellow broomstick to the green broomstick. Okay, and notice this is the same idea. We compared these two, but now we want to see the yellow broomstick is blank times as long as the green broomstick. So we're going to put the yellow on top. So that's 4 feet. And the green is 6 feet. Okay. Now this one could seem a little bit trickier because we want how many copies of the green are in the yellow. Well, there's less than one copy of the green in the yellow, okay, because the green is longer. So I'm going to put some numbers in here and then we're going to connect it to this last idea. So here are 6 equal pieces of feet for the green. And here are 4 equal pieces for the yellow. Okay, so notice the yellow is 4 out of the total 6 copies of the green broomstick. So it's 4/6 times as long as the green broomstick. Okay, so 4/6 is a proper fraction, it's less than 1. And notice that's just the length of the yellow divided by the length of the green. And if we want, we don't need to do this now, but we can rewrite this as 2/3. Okay. For now, it's nice to keep them in this form so you can remember where the numbers are coming from. But we could also say for every 2 yellow, there's 3 green. So 2 yellow to these 3 green, 2 yellow for these 3 green. Okay. Now let's compare the yellow broomstick and the red broomstick. Okay, so I'm going to put the yellow first. The yellow is 4 feet. And the red broomstick, okay, I don't have a red highlighter, so we'll use pink. The red broomstick is 3 feet. Okay. So notice the yellow is 1 copy of the red, and then it's 1 piece more, which relative to the red or pink is 1/3 of a copy. So again, we have 1 copy, and then this is 1/3 of a copy of this, or notice it's just 4 to 3. It's the same as 1 and 1/3. Okay, so the yellow broomstick is 4/3 times as long as the red broomstick. Now we're going to reverse this. First we're going to look at the red/pink broomstick. It is 3 feet long. Then the yellow is 4 feet long. And again, it's nice to label these so we know 2, 3, 4. How many copies of the yellow are in the red? Okay. Well, we know it's less than 1 whole copy because the red is shorter. Okay, but the red has 1, 2, 3 out of a total of 4, or it's 3/4 times as long as the yellow broomstick. Okay, and again, notice it's just the length of the red broomstick divided by the length of the yellow broomstick. Okay, so notice in all of these, here we had green to yellow is 6/4, which we simplified to 1 1/2. Okay, if we work in the other direction, it's the reciprocal, 4/6. The yellow broomstick is 4/3 times as long as the red broomstick. The yellow is 4 and the red is 3. And if we compare in the other direction, the red broomstick is 3/4 times as long as the yellow broomstick. The red is 3 feet, the yellow is 4 feet.